Your ass don't taste like nothing. It actually is healthy for my gums.
Ooh, child. Ooh, child.
Yeah.
And what is up, Pastor Stephen McNeil? Lyndon, thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your prayers. Appreciate it. I'm still dealing with some things. it just haven't taken me completely away. It kind of slowed me down. My momentum. I thought I was gaining some momentum, but I just came back from modding you guys. So we're gonna talk. But I had some things want to go before it. Let's see. Let me get to this real quick. Okay, so I've been promoting the fact that we're in Aquarius. So every zodiac season, we honor it on my page. I do it with my subscribers. I do it with the people in the sector. Okay, so we're now in Aquarius season, and I would like just to put the word out. This is my last call before I put it together. The names, but if you're a subscriber to this channel, and if you're in the B sector and you're in Aquarius, please let me know on my community board or in the comments of this live. Okay, please do that real quick. And those in the replay game, that applies to you as well. Also, those who are in the skybox, I urge you guys to drop down and engage. Okay, I don't bite. Okay, let's get it. Let me do this real quick. All right, so here we go. Okay, so it's directing you to my community board, and the two names that I have up there, those are actually people that I know in the sector, and I happen to know that they share the same zodiac as myself. So that's why I put it there. But the list should be long. That's the whole point, you guys. The list should be long. So please let me know if you're in Aquarius. All right. Okay. Moving on. So you guys. Okay, so I played that. This is what's going on in Florida. This is more to inform you guys. But an advanced program, African American Studies program, has been banned, deemed to be illegal. This is all under Governor Ron DeSantis. So check this out real quick. You guys got to know what's going on in the world. And this is in Florida, but that could be a testing ground. You understand? With these things, that could be a testing ground. It could quickly spread from state to state to state.
A classroom controversy brewing.
You know, this is a theme that's very controversial, and that we're seeing it all across the GOP legislature right now.
The office of Florida Governor Ron DeSantis rejecting a proposed advanced placement course on African American studies for high school students. Florida's Department of Education sending this letter to the College Board Florida Partnership. The Florida Department of Education does not approve the inclusion of the Advanced Placement African American Studies course in the Florida Course Code Directory. And, quote, as presented, the content of this course is inexplicably contrary to Florida law and significantly lacks educational value.
When you have the Department of Education that does not see value or significance in African American studies, there's a very big problem.
Carla Hernandez-Matz, president of the United Teachers of Dade, with choice words for the governor's office on the decision.
We believe that this is xenophobia. We believe that this is a white nationalism. This is extremism.
The College Board, which runs the Advanced Placement Program and the SAT exam, says the AP African American Studies course is in a rigorous multi-year pilot phase and says it will release an updated course framework when it's completed. The College Board saying in part, quote, we look forward to bringing this rich and inspiring exploration of African American history and culture to students across the country.
No doubt, no doubt. And they said it was also pulled because it has no value. That's just arbitrary right there, saying that it has no value, because we're talking about history, and African Americans actually go on history. You know, so if you know anything about Ron DeSantis, he had this whole campaign where he called like an anti-woke campaign, which is a euphemism or another way of saying black people without actually saying black people. And so he had this whole anti-woke campaign, and actually it was to keep white students from being feeling guilty about real historical things, and they were to pluck those things out. Also, as of recently, I've been seeing news reports showing that teachers in Florida are now pulling books off of their shelves, African American books off their shelves, under the fear that they will be arrested. Okay, so this is what's happening with these far right politicians, and in Florida right now, this day. Okay, if it reminds you of post-slavery, it's like, yeah, or even slavery, just with the education. But I'm kind of getting like, I'm white and I say so. I'm getting that whole role. But here's another thing that this is more something else here. So with the far right, but the religious right, we're talking about like QAnon. These people actually believe this. So I'm gonna show you guys a video. It's of Biden, but it was like photoshopped or whatever, or manipulated. Okay, so the graphics was manipulated, and it was manipulated to make him look more like what they call the devil. So they gave him like a different type of long, sinister looking pointed nose. So check that out. But here's the thing: when a lot of the people on the far right seen it, I'm talking about like the religious nuts out there. They actually believed it. They actually believe this shit, and a lot of them subscribe to conspiracies and reptilians and shit like that. Okay, so it's this video here that they manipulated.
The impact, what happened on July the 6th had international repercussions beyond what I think any of you can fully understand.
Okay, and they were saying that he was possessed and hardcore Trumpsters. Okay, so real quick, before I transition, I would like to thank my new subscribers and say what's up, give you guys a special shout out. And my channel reflects me. My channel is unique, and so am I. I'm not a one trick pony. I don't talk about one particular thing. I don't do one particular thing. I do the lives and I do uploads, you guys. And I focus on a range of different things. I'm about to transition to Rob Rack. Um, and speak a little about that because I have some things I need to say. However, I talk of a range of things. I speak about social events. I speak about politics. I speak about pop culture. I speak about entertainment. I love music. I try to find a way to squeeze that into my channel. So it's a whole range of different things that I speak about. I speak about people and ideas. And yeah, I've been on here for before the B sector even formed. Actually, I'm talking about on YouTube. Watching a number of different people from like the Ghetto View, and others, a host of others, even Spilling Boy James. I knew of before I knew of a thing called the B sector. So I kind of stumbled my way here. Been here for a number of years, 4 years and some change, I would say. And I eventually became a content creator. So that's something that I'm stepping into. This is for people that would like to know about me. And yeah, I represent that avatar. Okay. Thank you guys so much for hearing me out. So I actually know of Rob Rack before he came into the B sector, you guys. I used to watch off and on a lot of Side Network. So I got to see a lot of different people that he brought on, and I could remember Rob Rack from actually that. Um, was kind of surprised, but not so surprised when he came into the B sector because there was a number of other people that I've seen on Silent in the B sector, such as Judah and Nazareth. Nazareth. Anyway, so I'm just gonna play what I put together. Let me look towards the chat real quick. Make sure I'm engaging. Okay, I'm just seeing more reactions. Thank you, Pastor, so much. I'm seeing reactions. This is what I put together, you guys. And this shows the outside. So it's the outside angle footage of his whole arrest or whatever that I packaged together. Let's get it.
Fall asleep,
I put lines in my eyebrow. Man, white folks love me in this neighborhood. Isn't that wrong with that? That's the reason why my nigga was like, yo, I don't, how are you not in prison? Because I got love for everybody.
A few inches later.
What? What? So that was the outside angle, you guys. That was the outside angle. That's a whole doozy. A whole doozy. Who would have known that it would have turned out this way? Who would have known that it would have turned out this way? You guys, man. I did. So I was around. I was modding. So I got to see a lot of comments, man. It's like so much information. I'm like, who is it coming from or whatever? But I saw someone say it was a trip going wrong, and I can see why they would say something like that. But it was like if you ask me, it was a union going wrong. And I really didn't feel it from the beginning. So I have a story I can relate. It came my way or whatever. Before I heard Rob and Tracy even claiming each other, I spent a lot of time on his page going back and forth. And after spending and I would be over there busting it up, saying hello to Tracy, whatever. I would say hello to me and Diving with Socialized, whatever. And then it was to the point that I actually subscribed, and then I subscribed to the second page too, because the time that I subscribed to the second page, by this time Tracy was clicking his link or whatever on his panel, and she had told her people to do that. She was like, if you have a second channel, do that. I have a second channel, I did it. Also, Tracy is like one of the few people that uplift me. And yeah, like she uplifted me, and she always has. Like even before I was a content creator, you guys, when I was just a fucking voice, a caller, like before StreamYard, like the prolific proliferation of StreamYard, before that was widespread and everywhere. Um, yeah, like she uplifted me. Like I was a whole fucking voice. I wasn't even a person in the chat, you guys. And when I advanced to getting an account and being a person in the chat, she continued. She continued, and when I became a content creator, she continued and actually gave me information on how to do it. Like I contacted her, and I'm like, what do I need? Like, what is the least that I need? And I mentioned that, hey, I would like to upload and I would like to go live. What is the least that I need? Because I see people have studios and microphones, okay, and soundboards. You know, and, she did that. She broke all that down for me. Anyway, I'm just touching a little bit on like the relationship or whatever. But when I went over there, so I networked with her, and I would like to know like why can't people understand the difference between cloud chasing and networking? So I networked with her, but while I was over there, and I was over there to support him on the strength of Tracy, me chasing behind Tracy. um, I guess this was at the time that he was claiming her and she was claiming him. But I spoke to Tracy how I would normally do. Nothing is out of the norm or whatever. And I also asked her if she could share my latest video out. People see me do that. And when I did that, he began from his panel while he was live. He looked into the chat, inserted himself in my conversation with Tracy and began calling me a clout chaser, not even knowing me. You get what I'm saying though? Like, so why in my mind, like why had to be clout chasing though? Like why couldn't it have been me networking? Like that was my first thing. And like who the fuck are you talking to? Like you not tough, pussy. Like it was that shit that I held back on the strength of Tracy. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, like this has nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? Like curb your suckers. Seriously. Cause I don't like that. You know what I mean? And you don't even know me. Like I'm mad for her. Like before you knew there was a think of a Tracy, like I was in contact with her. You know, so yeah, it was that. And when I responded or whatever, Tracy was like, what happened? And I was like, Tracy, you're right here. Like, you're right there. Like, so I don't know whether she saw it or not, but I kind of like left that alone because I can see where that was going. Though I would acknowledge and say that she did shed light with some things with me tonight, with some things, not all things. I'm just gonna have my mind made up like just about people because of what they do, and then like perhaps I might understand alcoholism or just the effects of how alcohol works in the body. I would say, yeah, like differently than some people, but you know, like I've taken a course like in alcohol and drugs and shit like that. The same courses that people who want to become certified take to do it. And the way alcohol works generally like in humans, like it removes inhibitions. Like it, you get what I'm saying? Like it removes that. So it takes the filter. A lot of us have filters. They call it a perception set. But a lot of us have filters, you know, like, and it removes that. And when a person who is under the influence of alcohol speak, they're really speaking their heart and what they believe. You know what I mean? So like, it don't necessarily like make you a different person or a monster. You know what I mean? So it removes all the filters, you know, so you can truly be who you are, like out and out, uninhibited. So that's what I know alcohol to do and how it operates in the body. So I'm gonna speak to a few things that I learned tonight. Okay. And I have some questions about some things that I heard from subscribers and you know just different chat goers, you guys. Okay, so from Tracy's address tonight, she only mentioned being kicked out of the Airbnb. Testing. Let me go out and back in. Testing, 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 testing. Am I live? Am I live? All right, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. All right. Yeah, I had a real quick sound issue, technicality. Okay. Thanks for being patient and me coming back. So yeah. So I've heard, or may have seen. I've either heard or may have seen posts where people was like, "Yo, she was kicked out of two places." I think I heard it somewhere, but I don't want to attach a name to it because I'm not sure where I heard it. I've been just reading and listening. So I heard that, but I only heard her mention one place, so that's one thing. You know what I mean? I heard people mention her smoking weed, but I didn't see that. I didn't see that, and I didn't hear her address that. So I don't know. Perhaps you guys can fill me in and let me know. Okay. Um, let's see. Yo, she had mentioned. Yo, it's interesting the shit that had come out. So tonight, she had mentioned that bro perhaps live in a halfway house. What she said, and that he was cutting a different hair, like I guess of the residents, like different people, like in a halfway house. Like what? It got crazy. It got crazy. I was like, what? That's something I would have never put together at all. But let me find out that he's like a group home stylist, like for random men. Like let me find out. But she had said that. When I looked at the situation though, I always thought that she invested more like into him than I felt like he was investing into her, shit like that. Um, you know what I mean? But I was thinking like perhaps it's because she had more to give. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, like I always thought that he was cloud chasing. I think when he called me a cloud chaser, that he was just merely projecting. Is what I believe. I don't even know why he came at me like that. You know, and um, Tracy did mention that she was looking past some things and letting it go. That was one thing that shed light to me because I thought I believed it. So the act that she said that she was putting on, she said, "Yeah, I was letting things go or whatever." Yeah, like I kind of believe that act. I'm like, where is she? Like, where is she at? But this is not the Tracy I know. So I mean, it was kind of refreshing to me to find out that she was just letting it go and letting things rock. However, he used a lot of filthy language, came at a lot of different people unwarranted. Like he used a lot of nasty, despicable, racist language and homophobic language. You know, and that's a big determinant in discerning like who is a racist and who is a bigot and who is a fool. The one of the clearest determinants is their language when they're running around just throwing slurs. You get what I'm saying? Like, and I don't take it lightly, and I feel like I was hit with some of them. You know what I mean? Because he would just like throw them out like unwarranted. You know what I mean? Um, and I was kind of waiting for him like to make his own way. I was kind of, but he kept like popping on her panel too. I had some things in my own personal life that kind of took me away just from modding. Period. You get what I'm saying? It took me away from my channel, shit like that. So yeah. But just the unwarranted shit, like when nobody's messing with you, nobody's fucking with you, and you fucking with people, dragging their children, shit like that. To me, that's unnecessary. It's not needed. You know what I mean? And then like you see yourself in, he definitely has narcissistic traits. I don't know if he's a narcissist, but definitely have certain characteristics that are known by them, and he's definitely did a lot of like manipulation. It was repeated too, whether he was successful at it or not, or failed. You know that's something else. But he would manipulate, like bringing up different women, like, oh, you don't look better than this person, you know, oh that shit. That's like, oh, I'm gonna go get a white girl. I'm gonna go all that shit, like, man, you know. And then you have this whole inflated sense of self, just like narcs do. You know what I mean? Just the light you see yourself in too. And then I'm hearing like you crying in the bathroom, like, come on, that all that kind of like this clash is just with your whole charade about being an alpha man. I don't know if you truly understand what an alpha man is. Honestly, I think it's something that just sounds good to you. You know what I mean? But they've done research and things of that nature, like of high execs, um, high execs and CEOs, and they came up with like a measurement or rubric, if you will, like of based on standards of an alpha man, and they found out like they high percentages of CEOs and things of that nature um, are alpha men. Yeah, due to their will to control their environment and different things, different standards, so on and so forth. I doubt being a group home stylist, like a, a lot of things just kind of fly in the face. A lot of things about you just kind of fly in the face of just being an alpha man. But it's something that you promote. So I guess you're a self-appointed alpha man. We can shake on that, right? That sounds fair enough. Does it? You know, and look, some people I've heard myself, they'll equate like all forms of addiction. So they would say addiction is addiction. So I've heard that. I've heard that. And so they're like equating it. So they're equating like the addiction of like hard drugs to like, let's say a video game addiction or a sex addiction. You know, and the treatment between these two would be different. You know, but yet we're still talking addiction. But some people would apply it across the board, be like, addiction, it's all the same. If you're of that mindset, then you should apply it with abuse. You know, and you should not like make a significant difference between emotional abuse, verbal abuse versus physical abuse. You see? You see? Yeah, like it's all designed to harm. And when the person is doing it deliberately, you know, it hits different. You know, it's things that can hurt us that's not deliberate. But when someone's just like deliberately throwing things at you, like hitting you, taking pot shots, insulting you, shit like that. Like, it was just undeserved. It was just undeserved. Um, and Tracy did nothing to deserve that shit. But you just gotta be careful on who you choose and what you pick. And then she mentioned like, yo, his body was lumpy, like he has a tapioca body, you know, and you're calling yourself a sexer, you know. Look, from what I understand, he's still in the clinky. I listened to Tracy. She said his bail was at, I think it was 120,000. I hope I got that right. But I guess they would have to pay 12,000. He says he's a millionaire, whatever. From what I've heard, Chaco is right, okay. And he says he has, you know that, you know he's comfortable, whatever. You know, he got money. You know, also I don't know if the whole engineer thing is past tense. When I listened to Tracy tonight, she said was an engineer. That kind of stood out to me. I'm like, is or was, you know, because this could be reminiscent of like the old farts. Oh, wait a minute. And I heard he farted. So I haven't been around to catch that. But could you guys let me know if he farted on cam or whatever and thought that it was a good thing to do or whatever? Let me know that. But yeah, but you know the whole thing is reminiscent of the old washed up men that talk about like when they was supposedly the captain of that high school football team. It kind of brings me in that mind, you know, like what do you mean was? But yeah, that's a whole bunch of shit that I learned tonight. I can remember this. Recently, you guys were around because it seemed like the whole sector and other sectors were around. I'm talking about when Tracy got 2.7K in the chat, and doing that live, he actually said, "I did it, babe." Like I broke the internet, and it's just like you didn't do that. Like Tracy did that. Like so, this all the delusion. It was all that. Like and it's just like, dog, you know. See, and then she said tonight that he said he was a celebrity of sorts. What the hell? So all of that was in play. All of that was in play. Like he's not in reality. Bro, man is not in reality. Like he's gonna have to tell that to those prisoners up until somebody get that bail money up. If the yeah, the bigger question is if they're going to get the bail up, you know. So yeah, it's like who has it? Like who connected to him? Who's attached to him, right? And invested in him that would have that money and then would lend it to him. Now I have seen past videos, you guys, of him with family. I think he said it was his cousin. He was over his cousin's house, looking pitiful as fuck. Asking his cousin, can he jump in the pool? Because his cousin had a pool. His cousin was like, no. He was like, not at all. It was like, not Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And he drive back. He put on his little bag and his little sad face, but it wasn't enough to convince his cousin. It was just like, no, you will not be putting your body in my pool, you know. And cuz had to take a stand. Like he was like, I'm not playing. Like serious, I'm dead ass. Like I don't even know what that was about. Okay, let me look at my notes. Okay, so okay. Oh, and the whole also narcs would do this shit to a woman to manipulate her, but to tell her over and over that she's jealous of other women, that she's not. And did you know he's been listening to other people. He knew a few like tropes. You get what I'm saying? Like that people recycle here, that he kind of piggybacked off of. You know, and I'm like, wow, like, and you're now like weaponizing it, like against the person that you go out on to meet. Oh, Awesome, but I want to talk about some of the before I get off of here. Let me see. Oh, can you guys tell me about the breathalyzer card too? I know nothing about that. I've heard like what do people mean by that? Like a breathalyzer mobile. I guess it's like let me know like what's behind that. If you guys are in the chat, let me know. Okay. You guys in the replay, please let me know in the comments. Like what's the whole like thing behind a breathalyzer card or mobile? I never heard of that shit. Okay. Okay. So yeah, here's another thing I want to talk about. It was a lot of momentum and numbers behind like this 7 day rendezvous between Tracy and Rob Rack, and other people jumped on it. And these people, some of the people that jumped on it were not friendly to Tracy. Some, just some. And I'll name who I'm talking about. Um, and some weren't so neutral, but some tried to keep a neutral face. And some people went for it because I've heard people like bigging up Ken, and they were trying to do a twist in the narrative by saying, "Yeah, I'm talking about Queen Kenobi," but yeah, they were saying like, "Wow, like that was really big on his part because he doesn't even like Tracy, but yet like he came out here like speaking like in her defense and not like crapping on her." You guys, that's a move. That's a whole big play. That is a whole big play every time that happens. You guys gotta just keep in perspective the past. All of that shit is a continuum. Like it's not broken and separated. This is someone that lied on her and cheered when she was in jail. Remember that whole big lie when he was saying his aunt is somehow connected, all that bullshit, just making it up, like pulling all this shit out of his ass. But yo, he celebrated her incarceration, Teresa's incarceration. He wasn't defending her. Like it was a grab at clout. It was a grab at these numbers, and it was a way for him to look good and mature. You see what I'm saying? He's been doing these things because he's trying to convince y'all that he's changed. And I've actually seen some blind people actually mention that. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's like the blind leading the fucking blind. So Queen Ken Nolan, my daughter, definitely wasn't sincere in his address. And yes, people can take a valid point to do that, especially when they get to stand back and was like, see, like like I had a real man moment. I had a mature moment. You get what I'm saying? Like, you get what I'm saying? I'm not going for it. Hey, how you doing, Connie? It's good to see you, Connie. Thanks so much for dropping it. Yeah, glitter boots. People tried to big up glitter boots. I'm talking about old ass Grampy. Yeah, like grumpy gums. Yeah, so people because he spoke in Teresa's defense, um it wasn't sincere. He also celebrated Teresa's incarceration. You gotta keep that in perspective. Like we really didn't need to care about that. He also had a bone to pick with Rob Rack. They have you see what I'm saying though? It's a lot of moving parts. It's a lot of different figures and a lot of moving parts. But but it wasn't sincere. And yo, these people just be working moves and plays. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like I think I go this way this time to make it look like a front. Plus Tracy had been doing some different things. Like such as embracing different people that we never thought that she would. I guess that's what they call the alliance. Maybe some people think like, like, oh, maybe I can wedge my way in, like me and her enemies, but if she can be cool with five, perhaps she'll be cool with me. because my shit was never as deep as Fives or something like that. Who knows? You get what I'm saying? But yeah, Grumpy Gums never had any good intentions. Like he's not going to change. Like, and he's not a friend to nobody. And the truth ain't in him. You know what I'm saying? Like and Ken really is the ZX of the B sector, even though he's not true B sector. I said it, okay, and I meant it, and I'm here to represent it. You heard? You heard? So yeah, um, so yeah, so they just didn't have it good at her. Um, it's unfortunate to me that Tracy and Kimmy fell out. To me, it's unfortunate. Even though I can't be definite, but I'm not sure if Kimmy even likes me. But I think that's unfortunate. Um, and I think it's unfortunate that her and Shelly fell out. Like as a result of this. This whole debacle, the shit was crazy. I'm really just wishing on Tracy's safe return. You know, and my anxiety really won't dissipate like until I know that she's in back in San Antonio in her home. So because this shit sounds crazy. Like so I played the footage, you guys, of Rod Rack, the outside angle footage of him being arrested or whatever, being put into the car. This whole shit is crazy. She mentioned having his belongings. Like this shit is crazy. So give me the answers. I had a few questions, you guys. I'm about to wrap up shortly, but give me the answers. I asked about the breathalyzer card. What was the other thing I mentioned? Oh, why are people saying it was two different places she was kicked out? So I did hear her acknowledge the Airbnb. Please let me know the other place. Like was it two places? You know, that's what I'm not sure about. But that shit was crazy, man. Like he's disrespectful as fuck. And I don't see a significant difference between when he's sober and when he's under the influence, to be honest. Like, yeah, like yeah. It's for no reason at all. Like I think he's one of the people that wake up into his misery and try to project that onto other people. Like they'll try to make you miserable. You see what I'm saying? Because I think he feels like shit in the inside. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know the ins and outs though. But I didn't know of his existence on YouTube before he even dropped his ass in the lead sector. And why all these people, and I appreciate all of my subscribers, honestly, okay? Including my new subscribers. But it's like why like it's a lot of like pieces of shit that's landing here. You see what I'm saying? Like people are on the lookout for Miss Paulette. I guess a lot of people haven't seen her. If you out there, peace, Miss Paulette. People are on the lookout for I heard people mentioning Octavius. Let me speak about that too. Passa was on some bullshit. His shit wasn't sincere too. But he mentioned plays are being made and he feels some type of way, but the whole time, like CC been out there, like he's been like trying to get coins off of this shit. Like real rap. Like he been trying to get nothing but coins off this shit. Like to the stupid shit he talks about, like I guess when they transition from the Airbnb to the hotel or the motel, whichever it was. He was talking about the decor. It was just like, oh, and contradicting himself too in the process. Talking about the decor and contradicting himself. What I'm talking about is he was very much a stickler for anybody that joined his panel that attempted to go on speculation. You see what I'm saying? But you have to apply that across the board. And when you do that, at no point should you be speculating. But he did often, and I catch shit like that. Like this dude, like only thing that's consistent about the leader of the altar boy deacon, I'm talking about Jay Wilson. The only thing consistent about him is that he's inconsistent. But he was making speculations. He was like, I can't believe he has tree seed hair. Grandpa, Grandpa Pastor, didn't you just say that you're moving away from the speculation? How do you know he had her there? How do you know she didn't have herself there? Um, yeah, she probably was the breadwinner. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, she was receiving cash apps. And as she put out tonight, he complains about why people don't send him cash apps. But all he has to do is look at his lives. I look over my shit. All he has to do is look over his lives. The shit where you're just like hurling shit at people that's actually there trying to support you actually. And they don't want no smoke with you. But you find a way to hit them for some reason. And you think it's cool. You call it getting litty. What do you call that shit? You old as fuck, dude. Like, and people calling him young. I guess they're making comparisons between his age and Teresa's age. From 45 or 46, whatever he is, to her age, which is 52. That to me, that's the same peer group. So that's the same period. If you ask me, and he do got salt and pepper on cornrows, okay, straight backs, okay, they be limp bally at times, okay, with them wide ass parts. Yo, when the video footage of you outside was them wide ass parts, man, looking like moats, looking like hobos, man. It's like, yo, it was a leap. It was like a whole like leap and a prayer to the next breed. Okay? He had like 4 fucking dookie breeds. Fuck you talking about? Okay? With that double chin of yours. And then she said your body is lumpy. Okay? Okay, feet built like red garnet sweet potatoes. With the little what do they call them, little spouts? What are them things, some outgrowths? Potatoes and sweet potatoes. What do they call it? Don't move, man. The fuck? Yeah, like, dude, you're lumpy, because your liver is probably done, okay? Your liver is probably dead. Damn, your liver probably look like a sponge. You did it to your body, skin not good and shit. Okay, you got pilly, scaly ass oatmeal skin, okay? Reptile, whatever amphibian type skellies. Nah, you couldn't know, bro. There is none. There is none. Dude, what you talking about? Money Green. Money Green. I have a nice relationship with Tracy, but if you can say that again and just spell her name out without the tree, I will answer. And this is my first time seeing you here, but welcome. Yeah, it's a lot of messing motherfuckers. So I don't know who's who. But, yeah. But when I say like she's one of the only people that uplift me, one of the only people, it's true. So maybe if I was the racist, I would get a lot of supporters and viewers or people in my chat because they are on his, or people clicking my link because they do click his, or subscribers because they are subscribed to the racist. So New Mexico. Let me see. Yeah. But my biggest concern wasn't my only concern, but my biggest concern was her getting back home safe, from this piece of shit. And it was true concern. It was true concern. And yes, I was concerned about the gun. Yes, 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 yes. Like especially off the internet. Yeah, that was a concern for me. Um, and I did my part. Like certain people were highlighted. I guess for their addresses, maybe it's because they had bigger platforms. But I do my part even when I'm staying neutral, because it doesn't mean that I don't have a voice. It don't mean that I don't have eyes. But a lot of times I bit my tongue on the strength of Tracy, like regarding this piece of shit. And I'm not truly. I do have a question. I want to know, is it done? Is it done and over? I'm not sure. Like, will there be a reunion, a reconnection of sorts? I don't know if I'm like clear on that. Let me see. Wait a minute. Money Green writes, I'm neutral. Um, could have she left earlier? That's difficult for me to answer on Green because she had left early. I think according to her, no. Uh, but let me look over. Maybe this may relate. Let me see. What did I sorry. Give me a second. Oh, here it is. To me, for myself, I would say yeah. And she mentioned abuse tonight. She mentioned abuse tonight, but here's the thing with the abuse. The abuse actually began before the trip, like the abusive shit. Um, be it verbally, I know it wasn't physical, but the verbal abuse that started even before the trip. Though. Like you never came off of that. If anything, he just added more to it. You know, he put it on steroids, especially for the lives. You're talking about he's gonna break the internet. What makes you think you're gonna break the internet when you never even came close any time before? Where are you getting that idea from? So I hope I answered your question on Money Green. Okay. So that's all I have, you guys, on this live stream. Okay. One more time before we get out. Let's get it. Have to dig this up, you guys. All right.
Fall asleep,
I put lines in my eyebrow. Man, white folks love me in this neighborhood. Isn't that wrong with that? That's the reason why my nigga was like, yo, I don't, how are you not in prison? Because I got love for everybody.
A few inches later.
And you had bad traits. You had to go to school and
Con, Money Green, thank you for dropping in for the first time, Money Green. And Pastor Stephen McNeil Lennon, thank you guys so much. I am out of here. Please subscribe to my channel, DMF and Goins. I am your main, and I'm signing off. Let's get it, y'all.
So I switched spots. Never running out of fish, so fuck a pit stop. I've been ballin' since a youngin', so I take shots. She just wanna fuck me cause she know I gay guap. I hit the jackpot, you a mascot. I want big rocks on my wristwatch. I know why they ain't know me, so I switched spots. Never running out of fish, so fuck a pit stop. Hold the wrist, I had to get the bag. Ice on my wrist, diamonds move alive. Never switching position, that's what money be in my bag. Gotta thank God for all the shit that I got, I never had. Now that I'm in it, I got a ball, roll of the wrist, and downs I froze. She wanna fuck, I'm nose, taking it down, dominoes. Then kick it out, adios, stacking the bread, loud the door. Hold the wrist up, then the weather switched up. Got my bands up, think I need a brand show, we keep it lit. I can't let these niggas miss us, talking crazy, think you might get stitched up. I know why they ain't know me, so I switched spots. Never running out of fish, so fuck a pit stop. I've been ballin' since a youngin', so I take shots. She just wanna fuck me cause she know I get guap. I hit the jackpot.